Hello and welcome to the Monday, May 18th edition of Online Personal Watch's Weekly News Roundup. I'm Mark Brooks. We're in Malta this week, and this is what made industry news this week. Basis Note is developing a technology to match couples based on the genetic components of the human immune system and their odor. Studies have shown that people are most likely to be attracted to the smells of those who have different histocompatibility genes than their own. With Basis Note, clients order a test and receive it 2 days later. Then they swab their cheeks and put the samples into a machine. 10 minutes later, out pops a code of zeros and ones. The client enters their unique code on Basis Note's website, and the software matches them to a person with a completely different immune system. Much like the Paula Abdul song, opposite immune systems attract. Speeddate.com, the world's first speed dating website, announced the availability of its Android application, allowing singles to effortlessly connect with potential matches from their mobile phone. Speeddate is a free service which gives singles the ability to connect via 3-minute instant messages or live video dates. They are the first major dating site to launch an Android application, which is completely integrated with the website. After experiencing success with the newly released iPhone application, Android was the ideal next step to bring the convenience of Speeddate.com to those engaged in online dating. Earlier this week, Craigslist announced that they are no longer allowing new ads to be posted on their controversial erotic services section. In its place, Craigslist will erect a pricier and moderated option termed Adult Services. Adult Services listings will cost $10 per post and go through a manual approval process. Fees for erotic services listings were being donated to charity, but it's not yet clear if Craigslist is planning on doing the same thing with the new fee. The announcement sounds like less of an actual change in policy by Craigslist and more of a reactionary switch to avoid legal repercussions, but definitely a step in the right direction. AdBright founder Philip Kaplan is adding another Twitter application to his name. He recently created both TweetName, which registers website domain names, and Fast140, a Twitter speed typing game. Now he is launching Flirt140, a flirting and dating site for Twitter. The new site is free and allows users to search for other Twitter users by gender, geographic area, and keyword. Flirt140 also allows members to send direct messages to anyone on Twitter, whether or not they are following each other or not. Spark Networks recently released their first quarter 2009 operating results, and unfortunately the numbers are not looking good. Net revenues decreased 20% to $12 million in Q1 2009, compared to $15 million in Q1 2008. Net revenues for the Jewish network segment decreased 12.5% to $7.6 million. The decrease in net revenues is primarily driven by a lower average paying subscriber base, and net revenues for the general market network segment decreased 63.5% to $940,000. Spark Networks CEO Adam Berger stated that the company is now in the midst of an investment cycle to reduce their dependence on one brand and remains optimistic for the future. Of course, recently they picked up Engage.com. According to the projections of Empower Research, the online matrimony market in India is poised to grow in the next few years, with a revenue generation of $63 million and 21 million people by 2011. Shaadi.com, India's leading matrimony site, currently has 11 million subscribers and 200 million page views per month. In 2004, they launched a brick-and-mortar storefront to reach people without internet access, and now have a network of 250 centers in 87 cities. Sensing the growth potential of e-matrimony and other sites have jumped on board. Jeev and Sathi.com has nearly 2.5 million registrants, 14 brick-and-mortar centers, and is the country's third-ranked matrimony site, behind Bharat Matrimony and Shaadi. ABC News recently did a piece on wealthy men being blackmailed through sugar daddy dating sites. Sites like SeekingArrangement.com can be fertile ground for con artists who take advantage of men with deep pockets. Young women and even couples or husbands of these women are threatening to expose the secret sex lives of wealthy men unless a ransom is paid to keep them quiet. While this type of situation is fairly uncommon, one man in the article had been blackmailed 3 separate times. EstablishedMen.com does not allow the money for sex element that typifies many of the other sites, banning girls from asking for an allowance. However, ABCNews.com was told by established men that with any relationship service, there is an inherent risk of deception between users which we cannot 100% control. And lastly, love is literally in the air at Air New Zealand. The airline is flying singles from Los Angeles to Auckland on October 13th, 2009, with the aim of each passenger finding love in air or in New Zealand. Matchmaking flight passengers will be encapsulated in the matchmaking experience, including a pre-flight gate party, themed food, drink, and games throughout the flight, entertainment, and a large-scale singles-only party at the Sky City Convention Center in Auckland. Matchmaking excursion packages are also available once passengers arrive in New Zealand and are ready to experience the country. Fasten your seatbelts for this one. That's all for this week's edition of OPW's Weekly News Roundup. Tune in again next week as we bring you the latest and greatest from the world of online dating. No ads, no fluff, just raw news and CEO interviews served up daily. I'm Mark Brooks.